I want to share the PowerPoint. This chapter is about the Odyssey, and we will know later what is the Odyssey. But let's first see in page 56, analyzing dramatic irony. Okay. So there are some academic vocabulary we meet at the beginning of each chapter. You find it in the page written in a blue box as we are used to. Okay, these are the things that we have to learn. Character. Okay, number one is character. And who is a character, girls?
Person.
Yes.
The people in the story.
Person in the story.
Yes, the people in the story. Could be a person, could be an animal, could be a something. Okay. So now character is okay. You know the character?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Before we move, the character in the story. I am an author. I want to write a story. I will write a story about 5 friends will go to a trip together, and through this trip they will discover each other's character. I have 5. The 5 will be the same. The five people, friends will have the same traits and same actions and same thoughts. No. I have to differentiate, or I have to give them different qualities. While I decide to write a story, I have a static character, dynamic character. You took static and dynamic in physics, right?
No, but I know the general definition.
What is the general definition?
Static is like when there's no motion, or like it's solid, no motion, and dynamic it's like fiery and it's always evolving, always moving.
Yes. So static, as Lan said, is no motion. No motion. Okay? But dynamic character, there is a movement. So the static character, when he faced a conflict or a problem, he doesn't change or evolve. He doesn't evolve. He doesn't change. Girls, you see my PowerPoint, right?
Yes.
Okay. Dynamic character, okay? No, he does what? He changes. When he faces a problem, he changes. Those characters who change, okay, mainly this is the theme of the story. This is what the author wants to tell you, wants to encourage you to change like them. Okay? The static, their persona, it means personality, can be naturally appealing, so they do not have to change for readers to love them. They are natural. Ideal for heroic, okay, charismatic or quirky characters such as Sherlock Holmes or Tom Sawyer. What does it mean? You know Sherlock Holmes?
Yes.
For Superman, any hero in a story. A hero doesn't change. Why? Because the hero is already a good person. Again, the Sherlock Holmes was a detective. His personality is static. Why it's static? Because he doesn't change his personality through the movie or through the story. The criminal or the bad guy in the movie, which we call antagonist in stories, they make mistakes. Their flaws, mistakes make them interesting, and their transformation make them likable. When the bad guy becomes a good one at the end, you start to like him more. Remember in your mind any movie you've watched tend to be
That's the
characters who
caliph.
are central to the story, such as the protagonist. Yes, dear?
The caliph of the story of Khasab.
Excellent. The caliph. The caliph and Kasib. Kasib was what?
He was a good man.
Yes, he was which kind of character?
Dynamic.
Static.
Yes, static.
He wasn't. He was cruel. He wanted to. They said there was some.
They said, but we didn't see him cruel. We saw him from the beginning, a good one. But who changed at the end of the story?
The caliph.
Caliph.
The caliph. Okay, so we have a static character and we have a dynamic character. Dynamic character can be the antagonist, the bad guy who becomes a good guy at the end, and can be the protagonist himself. If he is facing a problem and this problem will change him. If she has a bad relationship with her parents, and then at the end of the story, she becomes good with them. You know Cinderella?
Yes.
Yes.
Does her personality change through the story?
No.
So she is static or dynamic?
Static.
Static.
Dynamic is from the word dynamo. You didn't take it in physics? You didn't take physics till now?
No, but since we know what's the dynamite.
Teacher called static electricity, but like dynamite.
It is movement. So static character is the character, for example, Cinderella. She changed at the end? Her personality changed?
No.
No. So read it, ya Najwa. Read the static character.
A static character is someone whose personality doesn't change significantly throughout the events in the story's plot. Internally, this character is basically the same as she was at the story's beginning. Disney, as usual, was a great source for an example. Cinderella remains friendly, honorable, and positive despite being orphaned, abused, and taken advantage of by her
Wicked.
wicked stepmother and stepsisters.
Yes. Okay, so you agree with me that Cinderella is a static character?
Yes.
Okay, so let's go to Lion King. Have you watched Lion King, girls?
Yes.
Note, read your note.
Characters can either be dynamic or static. Dynamic characters grow and change during the story. Static characters remain the same throughout the story.
In Lion King, who was a dynamic character and who was a static character?
Simba was static.
Who's answering me?
Hadra.
What?
Hadra.
Kadra. Simba was a static. He hasn't changed through the whole story.
Yes.
Simba.
Teacher, can I say?
Yes.
I think it's Scar because I think he's the static character because he never changed. He was always cruel and evil.
Yes, Scar. Scar, he was cruel and evil and he remained cruel and evil till the end of the story. But Simba, what happened to him?
Beginning of the story, he was very naive and gullible.
Yeah.
And he thought that everything was like fine with everyone. And then with the end of the story, he was more aware that not everyone was a good person.
Yes. So static girls is not always the good one in the story. Static is the kind of the character that he remains the same. He doesn't change. So in Cinderella is a static. But in Lion King, Scar is a static. So we are not talking about which character is better. We are talking about which character is static and which is dynamic. Now you agree with me?
Yes.
Yes.
So now you understand me, girls?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. So what else? What's another movie you can tell me about a static character and a dynamic character? Girls? Girls, grade 10.
Yes, miss.
Yes, any movie, any cartoon. You don't watch movies?
Miss Aladdin.
Aladdin, huh?
But Jafar, he had a static character.
Jafar?
Yeah, he didn't change. He stayed like bad character or an evil character.
Yes. So Jafar was a bad character, an evil character, and he remained evil. What about the
Beauty
genie?
and the Beast.
Ah, Beauty and the Beast, huh?
The Beast was a dynamic one. He
Yes,
changed
the
at the beginning.
Beast
He
was
was nice,
dynamic, excellent. And
and Beauty was the static one.
yes, and the Beauty, her name was Ella, right?
Bella.
I
Bella,
don't remember.
Bella. Bella was static, yes. So now we're done with the static and dynamic?
Yes, I have a question.
Yes, please.
Can the dynamic character be the character that like goes from good to bad, not just bad
Yes,
to good?
yes, any change.
Like any form of character development?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Continue. Okay, so now we are done with this, right? Then as we said that this chapter, we will analyze dramatic irony. We said before that in irony, we have,
3 types.
yes, we have 3 types of irony. Verbally, what is the verbal irony, Sarah?
It's when the narrator says something, but it's the opposite.
Yes. And then we have situational. Do you remember it, Layan? Layan Fadl?
I think it's when the audience know but the character doesn't.
This is the dramatic.
Dramatic. Yes.
Oh,
The situational, when I expect something but the opposite happens.
Yeah.
Dramatic irony, as Layan said now, girls. Dramatic irony. Lana Maher, read يا Lana. Lana. غادة. غادة.
Yes, miss.
read يا Lana.
Okay. Dramatic irony occurs in everyday life when a situation is happening and yet the person within the situation is unaware of what is occurring. For example, if a person were to be mocking a friend for losing his wallet, but did not realize that he had also lost his own wallet, this would be dramatic irony. When used as a literary device, dramatic.
Yes. So dramatic irony when we know something the character in the story doesn't know. Okay?
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, miss.
Like this. درة. read يا در.
Dramatic irony creates suspense, anticipation, curiosity, and even humor.
Yes.
What should I read next?
The killer is up there. We are the audience. We know that the killer is up there. The killer is up there. Don't go upstairs. But where is she going?
Upstairs.
Because she doesn't know. Because she, girls, doesn't know. You understand, girls?
Yes, miss.
Yes, miss.
So we know that the killer is upstairs, but she doesn't know. So read this white box, Idur.
The theater.
Yes.
Okay. The theater audience knows that the Ski mask killer is hiding upstairs waiting for his next victim. Dramatic irony. Dramatic irony is when the audience is aware of the situation in the plot,
but the characters don't know. Okay? Yes. Why? It builds what suspense, because now we watch her. She is going up to the killer. And anticipation, we are waiting for her to be killed or escaped. Okay?
Yes.
So when the one wears this white mask, this scary movie, and then he hides behind the sofa, and the girl sits on the sofa, we expect that he will hang her from the back of the sofa, right? So we anticipate, we wait. You know this, that he comes out from the back of the sofa and he hung her with this rope or something.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So before we move, we met. What did we meet now?
Types of characters.
Yes. How many kinds we took now?
Static.
The static one.
Static and
And
dynamic. What else we take?
Dramatic irony.
Dramatic irony. So now we will move to satire. Satire is a genre that sets out to improve bad behavior through sarcasm and irony. It is called the black comedy. Black comedy. Satire is black comedy. What's black comedy? When you make fun of something so bad in order to change it, to improve the bad behavior, to make fun of it in order to improve it.
Yes?
Yes.
Isn't it dark comedy?
Dark comedy, yes. Dark comedy or black comedy, the same. Okay? Remember previous year, the sneeze?
yes.
Yes, it was a black comedy. He gave you a story that makes you laugh. And this story that makes you laugh, through this, there was a message. The what between the society, the different between the societies. Okay? So
Miss Victoria of the Russian man who went to the theater.
yes, the man who sneezed on his manager.
والله
Remember?
بس ستوري كان أبو ريالين ما ضحك أبدا.
Yes?
الستوري سخيف كان صراحة.
Really?
والله.
I like it because it has a deep meaning. It's not only about the man who sneezed. He lost all his life. It has a deep meaning. That's why it's called a black comedy. You are supposed to laugh on something hurts a lot or deeply hurts. Because this was written about the difference in societies. Okay, Kadra, read ya Kadra the slide.
Is satire ولا إيش?
Yes, satire.
Satire is a genre that set out to improve bad behavior through sarcasm and irony, in hopes that by doing so he might improve it, making fun of vices, foolishness, and shortcomings so that the subject can improve. Started way back in the classical period.
Yeah. Satire. Look, girls, remember previous time when we were writing a literary analysis? You were writing a literary analysis, or what? In the writing, what's the topic you took?
The last time was argumentative.
Argumentative. So you didn't take literary analysis. I mixed. Anyway, satire. Again, read this also, Yakadra.
A form of literature that uses ridicule to make events and people look foolish. Example, Saturday Night Live, Mad Magazine, and so on. Satire often uses sarcasm to force us to see our ignorance in a new light.
Do you know the Saturday Night Live? This that man who comes and he this is a show in
Yes.
America. Each
Yes.
Saturday he sits and he make fun of everything around the world. He uses sarcasm. He uses wait a minute, Chris. He uses sarcasm. Why he uses sarcasm, Chris? Why he uses sarcasm? He uses sarcasm to make fun of our ignorance. Ignorance is when we don't know. Through what? So he doesn't sit and say the news. No, he makes fun of the news. You got it?
Yes.
Satire is when you make fun of bad behavior, make fun of ignorance. There is also Saturday Night Live بالعربي.
Yeah, I know, I see.
Yes, there is a part of the news. They make fun of the news in a way.
But can I go to the bathroom?
Yes, go. Are you with me, girls?
Yes.
So we met static and dynamic, dramatic irony, and satire. Before we move to the tune, you understand satire?
Yes.
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 Dareen. Dareen.
Yes, miss.
Yes, Dareen. Do you like to watch a comedy that talks about bad behavior in the society that wants to be or needs to be improved?
Not so much, but yes.
Yes. Have you watched any satire recently?
No.
Okay. Then we go to the tune. Tune. Read يا Dareen.
Tone. Tone is conveyed to diction,
Diction.
diction, choice of details, and the syntax,
Syntax.
how sentences are structured.
Yes.
Book version. Tone, the writer's attitude towards the material and or reader's tone may be playful, formal, intimate, angry, serious, ironic, outraged, baffled,
Yes.
tender, sincere, depressed, or combinations.
Oh,
My
yes.
version, tone
Wait a minute. Girls, when you talk to your friend on the phone, you say hello, you will understand from her voice if she is sad or happy or formal or playful, right or not?
Yes.
How? How would you know?
If she's excited
To
while
her
talking,
attitude of talking,
loudly.
Yes, Fatima?
the way how she speak.
The way how she speaks. Excellent. So I will get to know her tone from the way I will get to know her feelings from the way she speaks. Agree? So what if I don't see her? What if I read what she is writing? I don't hear her voice. What if I read what she writes? How will I get her to know her tone?
From the usage of words and word choice.
Yes, by what?
Word choice.
Yes, by the word choice. By the words she writes. The words she writes will give me the indication. Is she if she is angry, if she is baffled, if she is ironic, making fun, if she is depressed. How? From the word choice, how she puts the words together. So the feeling the author puts in his or her story. The author, when he writes the story, he writes it when he was happy, when he was sad, when he was mad, when he was angry, when he was serious, when he was ironic. How I get to know his feeling? From the words, because the only way for the author to give me a message is through what?
Word choice.
Words. Understand?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so before we move on, before you move on, we took character, static dynamic characters, right? Dramatic irony,
Satire.
look in page 56. Balqis, are you here? Balqis? Lin Ayad?
Yes, miss.
Read Yaleen in page 56.
The preview concepts.
Yes, preview concepts.
Why do you think many popular movies, books, and TV shows have followed the story of someone trying to get home? What is it in that situation that people find so compelling?
Yes. Have you ever watched the movie about a character who wants to go back to home? He wants to go back home.
No. No.
Did you watch Castaway Girls? When for Tom Hanks, when he took a plane and then it exploded on an island, and he lived on the island alone.
Yes, I know the movie, but I haven't watched it.
Have you watched Terminal? It's also Tom Hanks.
I
And he
know
was
it.
trapped in the airport when he wanted to travel to his home country, but then the revolution happened and the country doesn't exist anymore. So he had to stay in the airport for years. And by the way, this is a real story.
Is Titanic has the same idea or like this?
Titanic.
No, they wanted to go home or like this, or it's not related.
Yes, yes. Maybe they wanted to go home, but uh, any other movie? Titanic can be also, but because the movie, the main protagonist in the story was not going home; he was traveling. So you cannot surely tell that it is a trap about going home. Who
There's
else?
an animated movie. It's literally called Home. It's like
Really?
some type
I
of
didn't
alien
watch.
trying to go home.
What else? I want you to remember a movie that all of you have watched, girls.
Yes, I watched one. It's a Korean drama. It's about the female lead. She was one time going through the parachute and she moved to the North Korea. And as you can North Korea and South Korea they didn't unified, so you can't turn back to her country. And one soldier found her. He's North Korean and he tried to help her to go back to her country.
Wow, this is good because I've never watched anything about South Korea because they say that it is so much different than North. Tell me the name of this. Is it on Netflix or you watch it on?
Yes, a crash landing on.
Just write me its name on. Who's talking? Kadra, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kadra, write me on the WhatsApp there, okay? So, if you have ever watched the movie about someone who tries to go home, why it is compelling? Why would you like the idea?
Maybe it's interesting to
Maybe
find
miss.
a way how they are going to return to their homes.
Mm.
And the hardships they face while going back to their home, like the failures and these things.
Yes, the hardships that they are going to face on their home, on their way back home, right? Right,
Yes.
Chris?
Yeah.
Girls,
Yes.
Yes.
the hardships they are going to face on their way back home.
Yes.
What?
their feelings, maybe they will
The
express.
feeling of relieved when they
It makes you
reach
feel
home.
empathetic
Yeah,
because you feel some sort of relatability that they need to go home, and so you feel empathetic for them if they don't.
Yes, sympathetic, yes. Have you watched Baby Days Out? This is about a baby who,
Ah, yes.
yes, photographers wanted to take pictures for him, and then he escaped. And
Yes, last year we took a
Mm.
story, Life of Pi, and I hope.
wow, I
So
like.
the boy who cannot reach the home, and at the end he, because of hunger, he went to the hospital and he was so weak.
Life of Pi, right? The one with the
Yeah.
tiger and animal. And
Yes.
it was a tiger and what? Monkey and
Zebra and monkey and a lot of animals.
yeah, yeah. And he finally returned home. It's about the hardships you are going to face, and you what overcome those hardships, right? You overcome them. You sacrifice everything in order to go back home. Why, girls? Home
Yes.
resembles what? Or symbolizes what?
Your comfort place, the place
Your
you
comfort
can
place.
be safe at and like
My
relax.
safe place, relaxed place. So he wants to tell you about all the hinders, all the obstacles you will meet, and you have to cross them in order to reach your goal. And what's the goal is home. It's when you go back home. Okay, so lots of journeys, adventures about people who traveled and could not go back home, and they feel relieved the minute they reach home, because home means that I'm finally safe. I'm finally home. I'm finally safe. I'm finally protected. No one can harm me anymore. Right, girls, or am I wrong?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, think about a book you read, or a movie, TV, or a TV show you saw recently. That's what we were doing now. And just write it. Write it in your book, girls. Write it in your book and just picture it to me. And don't write it in a
Okay.
way.
Miss, can I ask you something before we
Yes,
proceed?
please.
Listen, yesterday's homework, I did
Yes, I'm
not
sorry.
try.
I made the due date wrong, right?
No, it's fine. I'm not talking about
Really?
this. I wrote for you the answer. I did not take a picture. I wrote it in the body.
Yes, but the due date was okay because it was grade 11. It was wrong, so I had to recall it again,
I
to
think.
recall it.
No, miss,
No, it
I
was.
could open it.
Me
It
too.
was open.
So due date, girls, is the cutoff date.
The due date
It is supposed to
same
be
day.
this way.
There is something I don't get it, yani. I don't get it.
But I was
Miss,
able to
did you?
submit
Me too.
even after the due date, I guess.
It
Because
was,
you
I think so.
at 2, right?
After half hour, I think.
So this was a mistake, right?
Yeah, miss, but I think you uploaded it. The due date was after 50 minutes. They upload at night, and it was. I was
No,
able to.
I had to give you more time. It was a mistake.
Miss, you
I
can
ha-
start again. You can start now. You can submit it now as well.
Really?
Yes.
Yani you can submit it after the due date?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess because I
So
still
grade
have.
11, they yesterday told me, teacher, the due date is after an hour. You are. So I have. Anyway, so girls,
I guess
go
we
now.
can. I don't know about
Go
the
now,
girls.
and we will meet after 5 minutes exactly. Please don't be late. Bye,
Okay.
girls.
Thank you, miss.
Bye, girls.
Bye, miss.